I mean, we're never wants to advertise on my streams. That's a full 3 people you're not showing your stuff to.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Storm King's Thunder, episode 21. This is the group's 1-year anniversary with me, dealing with me, and putting up with my bullshit.
Yay!
Woohoo!
That sounds like a very sarcastic, jokingly yay, but I am actually very excited.
Hooray.
I'll be the new guy in the corner that just joined like a month ago when everyone's celebrating the 30th anniversary of a company.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, well, you were here in spirit.
Participation award.
We knew you existed and all that fun stuff. Yeah, hello everyone, welcome back. Would anybody like to do the recap of last session from 2 weeks ago?
Oh God.
My memory's terrible enough.
Okay. Let me see if I can at least help piece together, and someone else can finish it off if worst comes to worst. So we made it to Silvery Moon. I know that much.
We made it. Yes. Okay. So we made it to Silver Moon, and I believe the first thing we did was Rizwan took everybody to see her mom.
Yes, we met her mom. I remember that.
I got the horses checked in.
Rizwan asked her mother if the party could stay, but she was like, I don't know these people. Can you not have them be in my house, please? So.
And we went to the library. I remember that.
Yep.
And Rizwan went looking for the Thieves Guild, and she found them. And apparently, that's where we ended the session when she ran into Olivia Hogcaller, her mentor, and apparently the leader of the Silver Moon Thieves Guild.
Yes, at the beginning of the session, Polshara had a bit of a thing, and then devils attacked. They dispelled your tiny hut and attacked.
Yeah.
Well, gosh golly darn.
Devils in the night.
Then we just bashed with them and then had like a 30-minute long conversation of like what everyone was not telling each other.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened too.
I tried to do the whole hands in the middle thing and no one wanted to.
Rizwan was like, what is this that you're doing?
It's cheesy because it's a classic.
And Rizwan got all prickly about Badger.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah, we all did.
All right.
Right then, I think we're all caught up. I remember all that now.
Yes, for the most part. And then Ezra, Polchara, and Leon all went to the library to look for specific books. I don't think Reed or Badger looked for anything in particular.
She was looking for children to give dolls for, too.
As per the norm.
Yeah, I didn't look for anything. I just kept following them in the library.
Now, who shall we start with? Because we have 4 potential people.
You can go where the action is if you want.
Or we could roll for it.
Ooh, I like that.
More people.
You just want to roll...
Although there are 3 people at the library and 1 person somewhere else.
Yeah, but you all have your own different things.
Oh, fair enough. I'm fine. I'm fine with like roll. Straight D20.
Sure. Oh, Badgers. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be hard to beat that.
Gonna be hard, but it'll be possible.
It's always on the rolls that don't really matter for me.
That's fine.
Or intimidation rolls.
Yeah, intimidation rolls are good though. At least for you, potentially.
I already get a +8, so they're all really good.
Typically, yeah. All right, Polchara, you were looking for potential, like a monster manual of fiends of sorts, and then like information on
General information on warlock patrons.
on entities that grant power to those who desire it.
Yes, pretty much. I forgot warlock, not really a real word.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of weird hearing in a in-game sense.
It's one of those things like people call it magic, but only really wizards would call it arcana, like in a school.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, as for your fiend book, you don't learn a whole lot about that you didn't already know. Like, it's sometimes it can be difficult for them to cross over to the material plane. Usually they're summoned, or like as someone's bidding, or perhaps like through rituals of cultists. And sometimes it's from people that are trying to, well, gain power in some way, shape, or form, and are willing to use certain entities to get that power.
What about weaknesses?
As far as weaknesses, they don't really like. Sometimes silvered weapons and magic that will go past whatever defenses they might have, and magic weapons, of course, also. But they're typically like immune to things like fire.
One last question about that book. What about radiance?
It doesn't really affect them like more than other creatures.
It's basically like using a magic weapon. It gets past the defense, but it doesn't hurt them more.
Yes,
right?
it does not hurt them more.
Okay. I just want to know, like, that's like half of my close range combat damage.
Yeah, and of course, that to kill one permanently, which you already know, they must be killed on their home plane.
All right.
As for the other one, oftentimes they don't really have direct contact with their patrons in most cases. If it's a deal, the patron may send lackeys to do all the dirty work, and for some unspecified price to be paid in the future. And there are even times where the patron is not even aware that power is being drawn from them. It's someone that has a strong desire for power, just sometimes unconsciously takes it.
I pretty much fall under that one. I bought a sword that had some hexblade juices from a ex-vessel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Is there anything else you wish to learn from this?
That was basically it. I was mostly just trying to figure out if there was any method to see if you can contact your Patreon, but I'm guessing no.
Yeah, that's something that can be either difficult or it varies.
Yeah,
If at all possible.
I'd more need to talk to like a veteran of this stuff rather than looking in a book.
Yes, or someone that has had contact. It's more common with fiendish patrons or fey patrons. Celestial probably have a higher chance as well, but ones like great old ones, their minds are so different and so far off from what you expect. That's probably never gonna happen.
Fair enough. Thought there was no harm in looking.
Yep.
That's all the questions I had. Thank you.
All right, Leon.
Yep.
Looking for how potentially storm giants are tied to like magic or like elemental magic.
Yeah.
You do find something that's not quite related to what you have, but storm magic. Or yeah, giants aren't typically aren't plane touched. They don't really get their like strengths and stuff from like the elemental planes. Like, but a person's bloodline can become like plane touched. If sometimes when a child is born and when the veil between the material plane and the elemental planes are weakened or at their thinnest, I mean the strength of this veil fluctuates, and it's rare when it becomes thin enough to have such effects. But sometimes they do happen. Perhaps a child is born in the middle of a very strong storm, something with an earthquake or volcanic activity or a blizzard. Those will be the different elemental ones that can infuse into somebody. And sometimes that power never even comes out. It might happen instantly, or it may happen to their descendants.
Interesting. Alright, I think yeah, it does for me.
That's pretty much all you wanted to do? Okie dokie. What's Badger doing?
Since Badger cannot find any kids, she'd probably... Is there any, like, unique pets around that I haven't really seen in my travels yet? Like, do I see any around town?
Nothing that's different. You have the most exotic. With your panther and your Tressum.
I don't know what you're talking about. I pull my hood up to kind of cover up Onyx as you say that. Sorry,
You do have a
open
big
Onyx.
panther, though.
Maybe if I put a wig on her. No. I guess she would try to... Is there, like, a stable around here? Something that she could probably talk to somebody who knows more about animals around here? Or... No, not really.
Well, I mean, there's always a stable. Whether or not they know the questions you want to ask, that's another story.
I'd probably just go there and pick their brains about different animals they have seen or heard around the area. And just take some notes.
Okay, so... just the typical animals like horses, cattle.
More so wild animals.
Well, yeah,
or
I was
creatures.
getting that. Like, in the woods, you can have boars, deer, elk. Sometimes, wolves. Sometimes, there's dire versions of these that are stronger and larger.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really
And
glean a whole lot of stuff that you may not have already known.
do they typically stay away from these towns, or do they seem a little bit more restless than normal?
They typically stay away. It's like survival is a pretty big thing, so they just... If there's a lot of people, they generally stay away.
Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary here. And I guess see if they know anything about giants in the area, or have the giants not got this far yet.
And you heard some rumors about people that have fled towns that were attacked by giants, but none have come here, per se.
So the giants stay away from this area.
That or they just haven't, tried.
Okay, that's all I got, and I'll start heading back, and I'll go ahead and put on some of my kid clothes as well. Not my sailor outfit, but the other one. Just kind of go around.
All right, Rizwin,
Yes.
you got the attention of the boss lady, who was your mentor.
All right. Rizwin is just gonna smile at Olivia and say, "Yeah, you could say that. How's it been running these last couple of years?"
Oh, they've been running fine. especially for me. But the old master passed.
Ah. I have a feeling it wasn't from old age. No matter. Have you seen Dareth around?
To be honest, the last time I saw him was the last time I saw you.
Rizwin's just gonna kind of sniff a bit. Well, that's not so great. Have you heard anything about that place he sent us to?
That I sent you to. I thought Dareth had heard some rumors or something about a great treasure that he just had to have.
He told me that it was something that the old master sent him on.
Well, if he did, I wasn't aware of it. All I know is you all went really far away, and we hadn't seen you for. Well, obviously, this is the first time we've seen you in a few years.
Well, did Dareth say anything about where it was?
I believe he said something about the Vordrorn Forest.
Has Rizwin heard of that at all?
That is real far away.
Okay.
All the way over there.
Well, shit. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, I thought the place was here in Silverymoon.
Did you get hit in the head?
More like, something had, taken up a little bit of room up here, and Rizwin will kinda tap her temple with her finger. But, I finally freed myself of it. And now I'm back here.
I see. Well, if you do go there again, I shouldn't need to tell you this, but it is supposedly haunted, and undead are apparently just love that place.
Well, that would make sense now, wouldn't it? I'm not exactly sure how long I'm gonna be staying here. Maybe might be leaving tomorrow, but is there anything I could help out with while I'm here? I know that I've got some business here myself with a certain rich family.
A rich family. Who might I ask that is?
Can I do an insight check as to why she wants to know?
Sure. I mean, if you're going to work for her, she's definitely interested in knowing who you wish to hit. But she seems like rather curious. Nothing like hostile, of course.
Not like anything where she's gonna steal the job right out from under me.
No.
Okay. Man, I gotta find my notes. Here, I think it's in the quest log.
The long ass thing that's in there.
Oh, you know, the Margasters.
Oh, the Margasters.
I've come across some integral information as to where they keep a nice stash of items.
Well, you said you want to help out, so how about this? Why don't you bring me a nice piece of jewelry from them?
I think I can get that much for you.
Would appreciate it.
Rizwin just kind of gives a sly smile and goes, well, don't want to stay too long before I'm missed. You know, I gotta keep up appearances, but I'll be around.
I'm sure you will.
And Rizwin will leave the tavern and start heading back towards the library to see if the rest of them are done.
Okay. If you see Dareth, tell him to come back. He owes me some money.
How much?
Better not to ask.
Rizwin kind of chuckles. All right. And she leaves.
Okay. Ezra.
Yes.
I'm actually glad you're last.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So, you actually did end up getting a book that had information about the kingdom and of Elverius.
Alverse.
Yes. I'm not ever gonna pronounce it right, despite you giving me the pronunciation
Breakdown
thing.
of how it's supposed to be pronounced, yes.
You don't learn like you know how like 25, 20.
About 15, 20 years ago, yeah.
Okay, so the book is dated like from 10 years ago. So the book says that 10 years ago, so it'd be 20 years. The real protectors, for some reason, decided to betray those they were sworn to protect and murdered the crown and fled the scene. There's only one known surviving member of the coup. They are named... So make sure I spell this right. Naivara Versailles.
Would this name, obviously this, since me being at a young age, it probably wouldn't be super familiar, but would me reading that name like spark a little bit of recollection?
Mm-hmm. It does. That is the name of your aunt. Your foster mother.
So, reading the name, part of me is happy that she's still alive, considering, and as I'm reading, there's just this. I try to conceal the look of dread on my face, knowing that whatever I find out from now on is going to be much more difficult, because basically, if I speak my family's name, I'm basically gonna get either arrested or killed on the spot, and it's gonna be very hard to ask around.
Perhaps. I suppose it matters where you go.
Is that all the book says? Is essentially just
It says
what?
that, and it mentions that without another heir, that she has taken the throne.
Oh, okay. So my eyes will widen for more than one reason then.
Mm-hmm. It's a rather strange thing. You remember her being blown up, if I recall.
Blown up.
Or
Like,
I thought she was killed in front of you.
um, yes, that's correct. Yeah, I'm like, so seeing that name, I'd be in shock because of the fact that I, in my childhood, I watched her get run through with a sword, but in flashbacks, so it seems almost impossible to think because the royal guard essentially, because she was married to my father, mistook her as a traitor to the crown.
Yep.
After all of that, I just considering all that I've read, I just almost slammed the book unnecessarily loud out of fear that the words basically will jump off the page at me.
Shh.
And
You get some shushes from other people that are in the library.
The Chara being one of them.
I give that my bad kind of look, and I sit the book down, and I just kind of step away from the table, um, trying to control the trembling of my hands and such.
Maybe only a couple hours after you guys had started reading, because it takes a while, unless you're a really, really quick reader. I mean, Reed's probably read a few books by now, but after a couple hours, Rizwin does join in.
Rizwan is just gonna come up to the group and whispers to, I guess, whoever the first one she comes across. I'll say Ezra, and she's gonna walk up next to him and whisper, "How goes the library work?"
Yeah, by this point, Ezra has already learned this information, because that didn't take a whole lot of time.
Yeah. Roll a stealth check.
Well, her natural stealthiness is better than your passive perception.
Okay. Yeah, as you go to whisper, I jump out of my freaking skin.
Calm down, it's just me.
I just kind of nod and the trembling in my hands that I was able to control a little bit has just at this point kind of just. If you're really paying attention to my hands, you can tell that I'm trembling.
Well, with how high Rizwin's passive perception is, I'm pretty sure she sees it.
Yeah, but your passive insight's not as high.
This is true. I don't know if it was insight or perception, but
It depends on if Ezra's trying to hide it.
Well, at this point, I'm still trying to hide it, but it's much harder to hide it because I'm already trembling from the information, and then she comes out of nowhere and scares me. So I'm still trying to
Right.
control it, but it's harder to control.
Okay, so that's... You can definitely tell something's wrong, Rizwin. Or something's bothering him.
alright. What, did the librarians get to you?
I kind of shake my head. I get out as much as I can verbally, in soft, in almost like whisperous tones, where my voice kind of breaks up. I found out some of the information I needed to know, and it's not very good.
I see. Well, if you're done, would you like to join me at the tavern?
I don't say anything at that point. I just kind of quickly nod and try to regain my composure a little bit.
Alright. So I guess Ezra and Rizwin go back to the inn where they're staying / tavern.
Alright.
Which is the fancy one. I forget what it was called, but and then is there anything that anybody else is doing while they're going back to the tavern? Or
Not really. Blacksmith ain't. Wait, there's not a blacksmith in this town, is there?
It's a large enough town. There'd be one.
I mean, I'll give it a look. After I'm done with my books.
What are you looking for?
I'm gonna give the +1 greatsword at the old college try again.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know why you're looking for that now.
Because I need a physical weapon, yes.
Mm. Roll a d100.
Sure thing.
ooh.
96. Hopefully high is good.
Okay. Let me get my Xanathars real quick.
Xanathars!
Yes. Xanathu.
Oh, this is probably the... I have a feeling on what this is.
No, I'm not looking at the magic table.
I know.
Alright. Alright, walking into the shop. You have a good feeling because there's a lot of scholars and potentially mages in this city.
I'm one of those. Well, not a mage, but magic man. And scholar.
So when you walk in, you take a look around, and up on like the shelf behind the like the counter is a very nice looking great sword that just looks pristine, and you can tell right away that there's something special about it.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best not to get excited, and I'm just gonna walk over to the blacksmith and point in. It's like, excuse me, sir. What can you tell me about that sword right there?
That's probably one of my best works, actually. Got it enchanted by one of the mages.
Ooh. What kind?
Well, I got it enchanted to be sharper and last longer, and sometimes even when you're swinging it, it'll almost seem to hone in on someone, just ever so slightly.
Smart man. That's one of the best things you can get.
Why are you interested?
Yes, actually. I was wondering how much you'd want for a sword like that.
All right, that one. He kind of looks at his ledger.
Okay, I just looked at my character sheet. I'm not gonna have enough gold on me for it.
On you, probably not.
And I think I was the last one to ask for money from the party loot.
Yeah, that one is 450 gold pieces.
I mean, outside of game, I think everybody would agree with me on if it's a piece of equipment that will make it better in the long run.
Can you put that on hold for like 30 minutes?
Can I get it? Can you put it on layaway, please?
Yeah.
I
Like,
can give you a partial payment. Just hold on to it for me.
I'm part of a traveling group, and I'd like to discuss some funds with them. But I'll be back in about half an hour's time.
All right, odds are it'll still be there.
Thank you kindly. I'm gonna go back to, well, I don't know where anyone is except Leon.
Well, you know. Oh,
I guess Reed's
yeah.
there too. Yeah, I'll go back to where I remember
Yeah.
seeing Reed. He's over the library, I guess.
Okay.
Do I find him there? Or...
Oh yeah, you haven't been gone that long.
Oh, okay. Reed.
Oh my God, you have so little health.
Reed.
What?
Reed, I just went to the blacksmith. They have this amazing greatsword there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little short though.
How much do you need?
I need 300. Oh. Let me take a quick look at the party loot.
You guys do have still have 2 rubies left that are 500 gold each. 1 ruby that's 100 gold, and then 5 moonstones that are 50 gold each.
Okay, so I'll give you 4 moonstones and the ruby.
4 moonstones and a ruby. Okay, yeah. Wait, how much does that equal?
That's
That's
300.
yeah.
You needed more, right?
I have about 150 gold on me, so yeah, I need 300.
Okay, yeah, then I'll give you that.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Reed. I hate just taking from the party loot. I'm looking for something I can put in, but unless you guys want a sack, like I don't think I have anything.
Yeah, Reed doesn't question it. He just gives it to you.
I'm glad to know you're that kind of friend, Reed. Thank you. I'll take it and I'll bring it back to the man and at the blacksmith.
All right.
Wondering if Reed wants to come along, because I don't think you're that interested in the library.
He's just reading storybooks in the library.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you
Like
to.
if you see him, he's just basically renting several books that are just like storybooks.
Oh, fair enough. I'll leave you to it then. I'll take this and I'll go back to the blacksmith.
All right.
I'm gonna show him the gems and my 150 gold. Well, actually, it's 130 gold, 10 silver, and a platinum piece.
Okay. You are broke, aren't you?
I got a little bit of gold and some silver. I'm rich in change.
Okay. Yeah, you he takes a look at the moonstone and the ruby real quick just to make sure they're genuine. Nods his head. All right. He goes over and like gently pulls it up off the shelf and gingerly hands it to you, as if holding aloft some prized possession.
I'm going to gingerly take it, and I'm going to very carefully dismiss my my pack greatsword, and put it in the holster I have for that.
It does come with a nice nice sheath
Oh, okay.
as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take. Uh, it's a cosmetic thing, so I'm just gonna toss away
Right.
my my current sheath.
Okay.
Take the knife. Okay, thank you kindly, sir. Yeah, and I'll take my leave.
Come back anytime.
The funny thing about this all is what I'm going to do to this weapon. I couldn't break it even if I wanted to. It'll be pretty much an ethereal weapon when I'm done with it. At least I'm pretty sure that's how pack weapons work when they're made from physical weapons. Are they?
I don't know. It's hard to destroy magical items in itself.
Fair enough. I'm at least never gonna lose it.
It's so long as you make it your packed weapon.
Yeah, that's what the rest of my day is going towards. It
Okay.
takes about an hour to do that. I'm just gonna go back to the inn, go to the room, and I'm gonna start up on that.
All right. Anything else you all would like to do today?
I was gonna talk to Ezra at the tavern. I think once Rizwan and Ezra get to the tavern/inn, she's gonna lead him over to the bar and have him sit down, and then she'll order a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. And then she's gonna slide the pour some into a glass and slide it over to Ezra. And she's gonna pour herself some, and so, well, what's up?
Yeah, I downed the glass, like, real quick.
She pours you more after you put the glass down.
Well, you already know a stint of the reason I'm on the road, so to speak. Well, what I read in that book confirms information I already know. and something I never expected to see.
And what's that?
The woman who raised me as my mother, who I saw die in front of me as a young boy, is still alive and is the queen of Versailles.
I see. Sounds like we got a little sneakiness going on down there, hey?
But the problem is that it's going to be even harder now to find anything out because the Kotor's are now infamous in the history books, quite literally. He kind of chuckles a little bit. So I can't go around as a Kotor, otherwise unmanageable things might happen.
Well, good for you. I've got some contacts that can help you with that. Would you be amenable to me setting up a meeting with them?
I'm gonna have to use whatever help I can get at this point, I suppose.
All right.
Unless me just going up to a guard at the castle keep saying I'm actually a long lost descendant of the Versailles will go off without a hitch.
Yeah, I don't think that'll do you much good. I'm I'm gonna tomorrow I'll get in touch with my contacts and see what I can do for you.
Oh, thank you, Riswin. Highly appreciated.
I doubt it's gonna be cheap though, but I would say that what you've done so far has been enough to pay me back for it. And she kind of chuckles a little and drinks from her glass.
Well, the current you, not so much. But I before you became more yourself, we were probably the you were probably the closest I ever got to anybody in a very long time.
Well, I can respect that. It's dangerous being close to people like that, but I appreciate your trust and respect in me.
I look forward to getting to know you a little bit better again. I kind of extend my hand uh, to Rizwin, and uh, I kind of take the glass that she poured, and I kind of raise it to her. To newfound friendships.
Is he toasting or offering to shake her hand?
Well, it's one of those like southern things where you would give a firm handshake and then you'd go for the toast.
Okay. Um, Rizwin goes for the handshake, except instead of a handshake, it's more of like the forearm grasp thing.
I chuckle a little bit, kind of laughing a little, and I just go with it.
And then she picks up her wine glass and lifts it up as well. Well, to new friends. And to getting back at some dirty thieves. Now, I myself probably sound a bit funny saying that, but the killing of one's own family is not something I can get behind.
Unfortunately, part of the reason I'm on the road is trying to figure out who killed them.
Well, I feel like your good old aunt had something to do with that.
I don't see how, because she was also oversight. But I guess anything's possible at this point. One of my unfortunate dreams I had showed a mysterious dark figure off to the side of the hallway we were trying to escape from. But that's all I have to go by. I just it's hard to believe that of her own one of the Versailles would betray the others like that. But I guess going there's the only way to answer all these questions.
Well, you'd be surprised what people would do for power. I mean, isn't that what all this giant nonsense is about?
Well, I kind of just at this point lost for words, not sure what to think. I suppose you're right. Hopefully, with a little more answers, all this will get a little bit clearer. But today, screw remembering. I kind of like get this just this grain on my face, just down in the wine a little bit.
Well, speaking of learning new things, I figured out what happened to my friend Derek.
Oh, do tell.
Well, apparently, uh, dear Dareth lied to me about what exactly we were doing. You see, he told me that the boss wanted us to scout out a specific place as a in some I just forgot what the word I was gonna say was. In a property sort of sense. It was he was looking to see, he wanted to expand his business, and he wanted to get the lay of the area. But apparently that was a lie, because the boss's assistant told me that he told her that there was some treasure that he had to go after. And apparently that treasure is in the Vordrorn Forest, which is all sorts of haunted and filled with undead shit. So, and apparently Dareth hasn't been seen since we went on our little escapade.
I see. Well, it seems like we've been following a path up to this point, so. And where I'm going, where I need to go, is not even here, so.
Well,
Since everyone's been so everyone's been so helpful to me, I can only return the favor until my time comes.
Now, I understand if y'all don't want to venture all that far to the east of here, but if we could finish our business in Zymorvan Hall, maybe we could make a stop before we go back south. And I know it's quite a bit off of out of the way, but I would be grateful if we could make that detour.
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but considering all that's happened and the amount of support that you have given me, and no matter the personality, I kind of chuckle. um, you have, you have, you have my sword, so to speak.
Well, thanks. I still feel like I should it's the decent thing to talk to the others, which is funny because not a lot of people know me for doing the decent thing.
Well, there's a few things I'm sure that'll have to be brought up with the rest of the group. A lot of this isn't just going into town and buying up inventory, so.
Well, Rizwin finishes the rest of the wine that's in her glass. You want some more? You want to do some more drinking, or are you ready to hit the hay?
How much is in the bottle?
To get a
It's
bottle?
probably empty by now.
Well, if there was any left, I was just gonna chug it straight from the bottle. But if not, then I would agree with leaving the tavern at that point.
Okay, because I think a bottle of wine only fills about 3 or 4 glasses.
Depending on the glass.
Alright, so, how much am I down for buying that bottle?
You're not using your fancy bottle?
Oh no, I bought wine. I'm saving the fancy bottle for a fancy occasion.
Okay, so like I guess a regular bottle would be like 1 gold.
Alright. Alright, so I guess, Rizwin is gonna go ahead and go to her room. You know what? She actually wants to talk to the barkeep
Okay.
about some certain types of entertainment that are available.
Do they have that here?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
All right.
It's a nicer inn, so I would.
Give me a second.
I gotta wait for the DM to see if the inn's got ladies of the night.
Wait, what?
Jesus.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that when she said other forms of entertainment.
I thought she was meant like gambling or something. I was like, okay,
No.
cool. I was expecting that. Damn.
This is a brothel.
No, but some nicer inns have certain requests you can make.
I can just see Badger taking notes in her book and walking to the wrong room by accident. The mating ritual of elves. Can I stay and watch and take notes, guys? Just ignore me in the corner.
It's like you walk in, you just get a boot thrown at your head, and you just hear Rizwin yell, "Get out, Badger!"
Oh, Lord.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a city somewhere that actually said that it had, like... that it had that. I don't... Tell you what, I'll give you a 25% chance.
Okay.
Roll a 1 to 25. You have to roll a 1 to 25 on a D100.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I pulled up... I freaking opened my Sword Coast guidebook to try to find it, to see if it had it. But alas, they do not seem to have that sort of thing here.
Rizwin's just gonna sigh and shrug and go, okay, whatever, and then go to her room. Now, this is the sort of special occasion that Rizwin would like to drink her fine wine for.
Being alone. For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Well,
just gonna drink her wine alone in the room.
will the bartender sell me some meats and a small glass of mead?
All right.
It just dawned on me, I'm still in one of my toddler outfits, but yeah, can I still get a thing of meats and some mead?
You're still in the toddler outfit?
I told you I changed it to it, not the sailor one, the other one.
If you're in a toddler outfit, no. You can get some
I'm
meat.
a halfling! No, I'm not. What the hell am I?
No.
Wait.
Yeah, but halflings and gnomes still wear regular clothes when they're adults.
According to my sheet, I'm just the forest. I don't have a race, I'm just a forest.
You're a forest gnome.
No, I'm a forest, damn it.
You are not made of wood. You don't float.
You're not a witch.
I am a mass of land, thank you.
Yeah, fixed now. Fine, I'll take some meat and I guess a glass of milk and then go back out to the stables where my animals are at.
Okay, well, only one of them's there.
Well, the other one's with me. So.
Yeah.
And I'll probably find some place to get changed so I can try back and get some mead after I change. Well, and make sure my animals are fed first. How much for the one thing of meats and the small fish?
It's like 2 silver.
Okay. After I get changed, I go back to order a glass of mead.
That's 1 copper.
Okay. I
Badger
think
has problems.
The mead was cheaper than the food. That's not good mead.
I'm pretty sure we all know Badger has problems.
Is there a dartboard nearby?
Oh no.
I think we should all count ourselves lucky that I got the alchemy jug.
Yeah, probably should. Because you can keep it from her. Unless she kicks you in the shin.
If I stand on a bar stool, can I try playing darts? Or do they have a gnome height one?
Oh, you can try.
What do I do?
I believe you're proficient with darts. So roll a d20 plus dex plus your proficiency bonus.
I am proficient in leatherworking tools and land vehicles.
Dart?
Dart is a
No,
weapon.
dart. Literally a dart and a weapon. I'm counting that for this. That's not much different. Yeah, they're
Yes.
simple weapons. So
Darts
Okay.
are simple weapons.
So you said it's a d20 plus proficiency plus what?
dex.
Dexterity.
So
Basically make a ranged attack roll.
Pretty much.
15.
Okay, not bad. It gets It sticks onto the board.
I want to try again, feeling confident.
Okay.
Kind of strike a heroic pose, thinking I'm the toughest shit in this room right now. I'm excited.
That one's a little bit further from the center. That's about 2/3 out.
I'm gonna huff and try one more time. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb off the bar stool now.
Yeah, that was close to the edge. Closer to the edge, at least. Like maybe 1 inch away from it. The
Do you think
15
I-
was decent. It was within like 4 inches of the center, but
That's still far on a dartboard.
I know.
What type of? These are just normal darts. Are they plastic, silver, iron?
They're just regular darts. They're not like weaponized darts, just pointy bits. You guys have darts.
They're made of this strange material
We have
called
100.
plastic.
Yeah, blowgun darts. You also have 10 silver darts that are somewhere.
Yeah,
I-
that we got in a.
Can I see if I can have Opal do a few tricks to see if I can earn some coins? Like fly around the room or something, like falcony.
You keep switching from Opal to Onyx, by the way.
I noticed. Can I just have two? I'm gonna Opal and Onyx. No. Uh, damn it. Yeah. Can I just try have them do some tricks?
Okay, make an animal handling.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second. Tress him.
I'm sticking with Onyx now.
You don't want to name an Onal?
All right, your Tressum got a natural 20 on its charisma, a 21.
Yay, Onyx!
So I gave it advantage because your animal handling was so freaking high, but it didn't even need it. So
So what's the verdict?
1 platinum piece and 9 gold pieces.
Dang.
Nice.
Can I please get one more fish from my very talented feline friend?
Sure, that's thrown in.
It's a flying cat, not a seal.
Cats eat fish, and then I'm gonna go out to the stables all happily.
Okay.
Almost skipping like.
So I'd like to talk to some random people.
All right. What would you like to ask said random people?
I'd like to see how much they know about the 2 people. Let's see. Altavir and the Magister family.
Oath of Veer.
And the
Never heard of 'em.
Gasters.
And the Magister family.
Make a charisma check or a persuasion check. Just to glean what kind of if you can get good information or.
Nope.
Okay. I mean, they're a little snobby. I don't really know what they do with their. They live over there, and they'll point out like where they live. There's a large tower.
I want to rough them up to get more information, but I feel like I'll just get arrested for shit like that.
Yeah, you probably would.
No, it's perfectly.
I'm sorry, you
normal
just-
to beat
I
somebody
gave you
up
the
in
chance.
the middle of Silvery Moon.
Leon sighs and probably just thanks him for his time.
You just happen to find people that didn't really know a whole lot about him. And they've never heard of Oathevere.
I'll try the innkeep next.
Okay. How do you ask the innkeep?
I want to ask him if there's anyone. Have you seen anyone like that has complained about the Magister family?
Okay. Try one more persuasion. Since this is a new person.
Wow, that's just lovely.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to freaking pop up on my end. It hasn't showed up on either screen yet.
Mine either.
Weird.
I don't see it.
It's doing it again.
Well, he said 8, so I'm inclined to believe it.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a darn shame that you only get the good rolls when you're doing crazy shit like figure out what happened to Rizwin.
Yeah, I know, right? What the fuck is going on here?
Or when you're attacking, when that actually matters.
Oh yeah,
I failed one night.
Ezra's the exact opposite.
We must keep the balance.
Roll great in charisma checks and everything. Combat, nope.
You guys should team up so you can even each other out.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you don't glean any information. No, they haven't heard of anybody that had really run-ins with them or complained about them openly.
Leon just moves on.
All right. All right. Is Reed doing anything?
Not particularly. I'm probably just gonna stay in the library until I'm tired and want to go to sleep.
But you don't sleep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Until
I'm
the
not gonna leave the
librarian
library
kicks
until they
you
kick
out.
me out. Yep.
Yeah, well, there's no shortage of elves in Silvery Moon, so you're not exactly alone.
Yeah, it's just been a while since Reed has been able to read stuff, so this is very exciting for him. So he's just
Reed
basically just
is
spending most of his
reading.
time.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much just spending his whole day in the library.
Or you find one storybook that's called The Halfling Who Knew Too Little. It's about it's about a halfling gentleman that his brother decided to do something special for his birthday, and it turns out that he was accidentally getting wound up with situations with the mob and stuff, and he never realized it. But his luck was so high that anytime they tried to kill him, it would just not work. And he would just stumble upon things. And if you think I got that from a real movie, you are very correct.
Yes.
Yeah, we've all seen it, maybe. Some
I
might
haven't, but I know what it is.
Yeah. Come on, Bill Murray's great.
It is basically a class in D&D.
We were talking about a movie.
Bill Murray?
Yeah, whenever you're a halfling that has the lucky feet, and that's a divine wizard, whatever it's called. That's called the Bill Murray class.
That's amazing.
Okay.
All right. But what'd you guys like to do tonight? It's actually pushing evening now.
Can I try to build a straw man?
Like a literal straw man or the argument?
Are you
Like a snowman made of straw.
I was about to ask you, are you trying to make one out of straw, or are you
Like-
trying to lay down in the straw and do that?
No, kind of like a scarecrow. I want to make it a scarecrow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna lay down in the straw and just kind of do that, like snow
No.
angel thing.
Snow Angel, except Straw Angel.
Yeah. Make a stealth check.
A stealth check
Mm-hmm.
to try to make a scarecrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because you're in the
You're
you're
using
in the
somebody else's hay.
stables using their hay to make this thing.
I didn't think I was doing no harm. It's not leaving the stables, just becoming
Well,
a
you're-
different shape.
Amazingly, no one notices.
I want to put it right in front of the door, like the front door looking out. And then I'm just gonna bury myself on the hay bales with my cats.
Roll a 1d100.
1d100.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Are you
shit.
gonna spook somebody with your straw man?
No, but something else might have happened, but it doesn't.
What might have happened?
Oh.
What was in the hay bale?
A
You're in the-
needle.
You're in the stables.
Did you get pooped on?
Well, no, I'm talking about like they always have that really big thing of hay in the corner that they feed the animals from. That's what I was talking about. I was kind of buried in there for warmth to my cats.
Get stabbed by a pitchfork.
I kind of see like I'm hiding in the hay bale, Onyx is hiding in the hay bale, and all of a sudden you see this long panther tail just sticking out of the freaking hay. That's all you see is just this long black tail. Like, hell?
Hey, there's a snake in my stable.
It's a furry snake. Okay, that's all Badger does. She does not light a candle to read right now. No, she does not do that.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible idea.
I want to say something, but it's very poor taste right now, so I'm not going to.
What's it related to? Okay, Badger's doing that. Rita's reading. Oh.
Riz winning.
Yeah, like I said, bad taste. First thing that came to my head, but bad taste.
Okay, were you guys planning to hit this place tonight, or waiting until later?
Hit what place?
The Marcasters.
Well, we haven't had this discussion yet with the group.
The heist.
What do y'all think about heists?
Uh-huh.
It's like moist, but with he.
Real life,
Ew.
heists are one of my favorite thing to do in any game.
I was kind of referencing a different Ezra.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I figured you would. I mean, you guys, the floor is open to you guys.
Oh, we chatting about this? Okay.
Yeah, okay, so,
fill me in on what we're talking about.
So I'm assuming we all meet back at the inn that we're staying at, and we all probably like go up to a room upstairs, one of the rooms upstairs, and we're all talking about it. So,
Did you want me to come along too, or no?
well, that's what we're having. I'm setting the scene
Yes.
for this discussion.
Yes.
Okay, I'll come up with like hay in my hair, not give a shit.
Alright, so I think once we pick a room, I think Rizwan would want to kind of make sure that it was a safe room to talk in, aka like trying to see how loud we would be able to talk inside the room without anyone hearing us.
Pachara is going to take out his lute and lightly play it. Dun,
Okay. Make an investigation check, Rizwin.
make it sound more like.
It's the best room ever, guys.
I mean, it's kind of hard to hear like regular talk unless someone was directly up on the door.
Well, hopefully, my light lute playing will drown it out. That's why I'm doing it.
And yes, Pochara's playing does help.
Leon face plants into the bed.
Long day.
I don't want to talk about it.
Me either.
His lack of information. To be fair, Pochara got some good information and a nice thing.
Yes, I did. I do want to talk about it, but I want to be part of the group. It's like, oh yeah, today's just the worst day, right? Everyone else.
Trying to hide his giddiness, except, well, you have a high charisma, so it's not that hard.
Yep.
I play darts.
Yeah, Leon's face down in the bed because he didn't find anything. I'm still kind of getting over the fact that I found out too much information.
There's a straw man in the stable.
Honestly,
So-
Pachara's on top of the world right now. Sorry, go on.
So, Rizwin, you wanted to talk to us about something?
Are we talking about the heist or my stuff?
Well, there was a thing about the forest that you wanted to talk about.
Alright, so my stuff first. Okay. So, ever since we kinda shoved that creepy wizard dude out of my brain, I've been wondering what happened to my friend. His name is Darif Deep Delver, and he was the reason I actually got caught up in all of this. And then she just kind of whispers, "Thieves Guild stuff." And he told me that there was a request that the boss made on for us to check out a potential business location. Apparently that was a lie, and Darif just wanted to go find some treasure that apparently is in the Vorjorn Forest. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have any information on it, but it apparently is haunted and full of undead and shit. And nobody has seen Darif since we left for the forest. And I was actually gonna ask y'all if you wouldn't mind taking a detour for us to go over there and check it out. Maybe even possibly find Darif.
Question. Do we get to kill things?
Well, considering we're going into a haunted forest with undead, I would assume so.
Leon perks up.
Question: do we get the treasure that's in that haunted place?
I don't even know if the treasure he was talking about is real or not, so.
Well, my answer is yes. I want to help you out either way. I just want to know as like a bonus. I'd like to help you out. Yes.
How far of a journey is this place?
A while.
Away from everyone?
it's to the east of here. If we want to go back south, we're gonna be going through Everland anyways. Unless you guys want to go down through the desert, which I would not suggest.
As long as we're going northeast, I'm okay with this. I'm cool with this plan. We can leave right now if you like.
Well, we're going to Zarenwin Hall first, right? Wasn't that the goal?
Well, before we even leave here, we gotta talk about the Margasters.
Oh.
Because they live here as well.
Who's that?
Rosamund just kind of rubs her forehead and sighs.
I'm sure I know who. I just don't remember exact names.
It's been a little while, Rizwin. We've had a lot of things happen. Just refresh us on what task we may be doing this time.
Alright, so. The Margasters own a tower as part of their homestead. It is 3 stories tall, and it houses a carriage. Or, no.
You
The
probably
carriage
And-
house is 2 stories.
Yeah, the carriage house is attached to the tower. Attached to the tower is a 2-story carriage house. Within is housed the Margaster family carriage. It is said that it is within this building that we can find the Margaster emergency supply of magical items.
Rizwan, you probably noticed Pachar looking at a piece of paper he's hiding in his sleeve. Yes, and that's where we can get the giant slaying greatsword. Yes.
No, that's Zymorvan Hall. Stop doing whatever you're doing with that paper and listen.
Oh, right.
Now, if I know anything about anybody in Silver Moon, they've got not only just protection on it, but magical protection. So we have to be careful. Does anybody have anything that can cancel out any type of magic?
I can see any type of magic.
Well, that helps, but
No, I mean, like, if they have magical traps, I can direct us around them.
well,
Quick question: it's a moral thing. Like, do these people deserve this?
yes.
Why?
Please explain why.
Because the Margasters are known for charging outrageous prices for things that people need. They gouge people's pockets for their own profit.
Not exactly illegal.
But it's also not exactly moral either.
Yeah, but that's just supply and demand. If they're the only suppliers, they can pretty much charge whatever they want.
Monopoly.
Back in the olden days, people used to break into people's houses and raid the iceboxes of all their stuff if they were jackasses like that. We could steal their food.
What would be the consequences of doing this? Would we always have this family on our backs?
The Margasters, regardless, are not a family you would want to have at your back.
So we gotta be sneaky.
Should y'all get masks?
Can I get a cat mask? Oh wait, I can make a mask.
The
Never mind.
spy stuff is finally going to be helpful.
Well, that's true.
Speaking of mask, how far along am I on that mask I was making for Reed?
How long are you into it?
I was thinking I had some yesterday in the cart on the way up here, so probably about 5 hours working on it.
You'll have a bit of time, a bit more time.
Okay. I still don't tell Reed what I'm doing.
I'm not gonna lie, Rizwin. I'm a little torn right now. I do love the thought of a stockpile of magical items. It's just. On top of this, like, they're already not really breaking the law, they're just kind of morally gray. And the fact that, I'm going to whisper a little bit more. I already kind of have something that's following me night and day. Don't really need a second one. I mean, I'm still not exactly against this plan. Yeah, honestly, a piece of good news or a piece of bad news could throw me in either direction.
The only thing I've got is that a man named Other told me that he was possibly turned into a frog by these guys. I don't know how much this is accurate or not.
Well, from my information, the Margasters do have access to this type of magic. So who knows who else they're turning to frogs?
I'll get. Yeah. Well, that is showing that they are. Well, again, that's just morally gray. I mean, yeah, they're turning people into frogs, but like, that's just kind of self-defense.
Yeah, I
Is it
don't know.
self-defense when you're... Is it... Well, technically it is. But what if these people that they're turning into frogs are the guards who are coming to stop them from doing bad things?
What if they're thieves?
Are you saying that's a bad thing? I mean...
I mean, like, I'm saying, like, okay, if someone came through that door right now in our room, whom held out weapons and tried to rob us, we'd have every right to, like, beat the fucking shit out of them. Like, what if turning people into frogs is just their way of doing that?
What if turning people into frogs is their way of stealing the frog stuff?
Like, you don't have definitive evidence against either or, though.
You don't have definitive evidence of things I've done.
And you see why I'm kind of in the middle ground of all this. Okay, but like we kind of did something like this a long time ago, Rizvan, back when the, the wizard guy was in your head. But I'll relay down what I can do for infiltration. Okay. I have the ability to make minor illusions, change temperatures of things, clean things. I have the ability to disguise myself as anyone I want as long as they're not too much shorter or too much taller than me. I can see physical magic. If they have a magical trap, I can see it, and I could direct us around it. Uh, I can heal poisons, and stuff like that. I can cancel out all noise within a certain region of area. And I can make complete and utter darkness that's so dark not even I can see through it. That's for my infiltration skills and stuff like that. That's about what we have to work with for me.
Well, I don't know how cleaning things helps with infiltration, but the other stuff sounds pretty good.
Fingerprints, making messes. It's more for cleaning up to make sure no one knew we were here.
Well, that's why you wear gloves and not make messes.
I just thought I mentioned it. I think everything else is more useful. It's just that's the ability I have on me at all times. I can do that as much as I want.
All right. Is there anything anybody else could offer to this adventure? You're
I don't
pretty small, Badger. Maybe we could use that.
like put me in a basket on their front porch. I don't think they're the caring type.
Rizwan looks really confused. Like, what?
Hmm. I mean, I have Ruby. We can run around real fast to see if there's other entrances that they may not have thought about. She's pretty fast.
She can make us 10 times stealthier than we normally are. I point towards Badger.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had meat and I forgot things I can do. Yeah, I can make us more stealthy.
Oh, that would be good to have.
I won't have any mead when we do this though, so I won't forget. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can make us a little bit more stealthy.
Alright, well, what do you guys bring to the table? And Rizwan will look to Leon, Reed, and Ezra.
I can also do minor illusion, and I can make a fog cloud. I can make it super cloudy so they can't see anything.
This is like a high setup.
It was a dark and foggy night. Yes,
Most
this
of
would
my
be a good story.
things are destructive.
Well, I guess that could help if we need to make a drastic escape. If things go
More.
terribly wrong.
He can also throw up a tiny hut and we can run away for a while until they get bored or
I
tired.
have to stay in the hut.
That also takes 10 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it takes a minute if I cast it. It takes 10 minutes if I ritual cast it. Or 11 minutes actually.
And I'm more useful for when things go bad. We're not exactly talking our way out of it if we get caught.
Same for me, too.
We'll be doing this tomorrow, correct? Not tonight.
Yeah, I'll also fill you guys in since I was the one that booked the room. I did book us for tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, we need to actually look at the place before we can actually like plan a heist really.
Do
Yeah,
they
I was
have
thinking
guard
that too.
dogs? Do they have guard dogs where we're trying to go into?
Not that I know of.
This is where Badger's secret talent comes into play.
The animal whisperer.
I'd say we can scout out the place tomorrow and set up when we
Right.
want to do it.
Right. If you can get me near there, I can use my magic eyes to see if there's any traps around the outside of the building.
Alright. Now, we don't want them to see us as we are. Unless we're planning on disguising ourselves while we do it.
Someone
just-
say, disguise self.
I can do that too.
Generally, you do not want to be, you don't want them to be able to point you out of a crowd if it comes to it.
Hey, Reed, did you set up my normal human disguise token?
Yep. You just need to right click your token.
Does that mean I gotta take off my helm of comprehension?
Yeah.
No one knows who I am.
I'm going to bring out my token right quick so I can show off my disguise self.
Yeah, but that helmet is kind of... it sticks out.
She's gonna begrudgingly take it off, but put it in her bag.
Wait, you said I just had to right click it?
If you right click it
Is it
multi-sided, choose side.
Ah, okay. Normal human disguise.
Oh my god.
Yes, totally normal. Nothing suspicious about this.
Nothing to be seen here. Move along.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with it.
I don't suppose you could do that for all of us.
Just myself, I'm afraid. Since me and Reed are the only ones that can fully disguise ourselves, I guess we could do the scouting.
Maybe I'll still coming with you guys.
I'll still come. I got other outfits I can wear. They won't suspect a thing.
I only have my clothes, so
Just in case I am gonna wear a disguise, though, like underneath the disguise self,
um,
like a mask.
if I go, I'm probably gonna go and get some like cheap like commoner's clothing to
I'm
put
going.
on.
I'm going to need a very large headdress to cover my horn so they don't know I'm a tiefling.
I'm gonna wear my sailor suit.
We just do the thing where like Badger's like in a baby carriage and Rizwin's like pushing her like in like some kind of dress. Like
And I can totally see Ruby trying to pretend to be a giant stuffed animal, like trying to curl up in the carriage itself.
I won this.
So yeah, if we leave in the morning and like we can swing by for just like some like common clothing for myself and possibly Leon if he wants something to wear outside of what he normally wears. We can go with you guys help scout.
Sorry, say that again?
If we leave in the like the next day, if we leave like in the morning so that uh Ezra can get a set of like common clothing to wear as a disguise and maybe like a hat or something to kind of cover his face and um maybe Leon would want the same thing since he doesn't have a way to disguise himself.
Alright.
I have a sack. I think we could make a I have 3 sacks. I think we can make some masks out of these.
You can make ski masks.
Yeah, I need. I love the like. Pochara's like horns. They point like directly upwards. I love the thought of like his ridiculous looking ski mask.
These ski masks are so itchy.
Like, I really don't want my horns to peer out because I don't want them to know a purple tiefling robbed them.
Could you imagine all of the masks are made the same, but they forgot to count for you, so your eyes are like way above your head, so you can't see anything because the holes are way up top?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for my mask. I'm gonna convert one of my like burlap sacks into a poorly made mask.
I thought you were gonna do disguise self.
I am, but I want something to hide my face for when we're in, because in case disguise self isn't there all the time during fights or stuff. Like if a fight breaks out, I don't want to like turn back and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm a tiefling, and this is my face." But to be fair, I think I can keep it up even if I'm in a fight. But still, just one of those. I want to be safe. I'm sorry. So let's see. Eye holes. Yeah, I guess that's all it needs. Mask done.
Alright. I guess we just have to start with scouting the place. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll meet you guys back here in the morning.
Dang, I just realized, would it be better if I went right now because I can see in the dark? Nah, I'm overcomplicating it. I'm just gonna be a casual nobody tomorrow. I'm also gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna pick up Onyx and wave bye to everyone and go back to the stables. I think I left Ruby alone too long.
Got our second heist in this campaign.
I forget which was the first one.
When we went to get the Weevil.
Was it a heist?
That didn't count
wasn't
as a
really
heist, really.
Well, I mean, like
more-
in the hotel room, not in the dungeon.
Yeah, when we jumped them.
Yeah, we had me use silence. We had our planned out about who was going to grab him and cuff him, and then it turned out to be Steve, the doppelganger.
It was a kidnapping situation.
I forgot he was named Steve.
Yep.
All right. Rizwin will exit the tavern/inn.
All right, there's nothing else you guys would like to do tonight. We can wrap up and jump to where you want to be for the scouting.
Is my straw man still there?
Yes.
With a piece of scrap leather, can I give him a little bow tie?
So I'm assuming our stance is me and Ezra are both using disguise self, and Leon is watching.
I
us from
don't know
afar.
how to do disguise self, hence I have to go buy clothes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you knew that. All right.
Reed
I'll
did.
be using my. Oh, Reed. Okay.
Can I-
I guess me and Reed will disguise self, and Leon and Ezra could be the rescue team. Oh wait, we need to go shopping for clothes first, right?
Rizwin wants to kind of take a look at the Margaster's place before she goes home.
Okay.
And she would like to use her disguise kit beforehand. Just in
Alright.
case.
Roll your disguise kit with... It's hard to know which stat to use for this because it's like intelligence or charisma.
Deception.
Yeah, use charisma.
Alright.
All right.
Alright, so she's just basically trying to turn herself from a dwarven woman into a dwarven man. Just like try and give her a beard and
put a
bind
fake
her
beard on.
chest. Alright.
It's a little
so
tight.
She wants to go and see what the Margaster's place looks like.
Okay. How are you approaching? Just like walking past it?
So far, she's just gonna act like she's casually going down the road that it is on.
All right. It when you go there, there's the tower, of course, and there is the 30-foot square stone building that has 2 floors. The ground floor appears windowless, but it has like a large sliding wooden door. And on the upper floor, there are windows on what appears to be on each wall that are shut.
Alright, can I see from this angle the house itself?
There is no, appears to not be one. It's just the tower and the other building.
Okay. Does she see any lights on?
You see some in the tower, yes. You don't. Strangely enough, you don't notice any guards outside.
All right. If she sits and watch the window that the light is on, does she see any movement?
How long do you stay there?
Probably about 5 minutes.
No. You don't see any movement.
Can she try and is there anybody around right now?
I mean, there's a couple people that like are just patrolling, like just generally around the city.
Okay. She would like to real quick kind of run over to the side of the carriage house. Kind of stealthily try to get over there as quickly as she can.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
God damn it.
All right.
She just kind of wants to make her way around to see if there's any way maybe up to the windows, or if there's any other doors, or if there's any loose planks anywhere. See kind of what the ground situation is.
All right. You don't see any other doors, and not really a good way to get up to the windows as either.
All right.
As far as the ground, make an investigation check. It doesn't seem very well, like, patrolled or anything. Like, people don't typically walk around it.
All right. How visible is the sliding door from the street?
It's kind of on the side. On one side, it's not facing the street.
All right. There's just one more thing Rizwan would like to do, and then she'll leave. She
Okay.
would like to check the sliding door for traps.
Okay, that's another investigation check. It does not appear to be trapped. But you do notice, it doesn't seem locked. However, it doesn't budge if you try to move it.
Okay.
You hear a,
Where's-
"Excuse me."
Huh? Who's that?
"What are you doing over there?" And you look, and there's a guard holding a torch.
I thought I saw my cat over here.
Make a deception check. Pretty good. I don't think your cat is over there, but come over here. Describe it. Maybe we can help you find it.
Rizwan's just gonna kind of hobble over. Like she's a bit older. And goes, well, his name is Mr. Butters. and he's kind of mangy, but I still love him. He's got a orangish brown fur and kind of the stripe thing going on his tail.
He seems to be taking like mental notes. He
And
puts a. Oh, go ahead.
he's got green eyes.
And if we've located him, where can we find you?
I'm staying at the tavern over that way. And she's gonna point to one of the cheaper taverns
Okay.
in Silvery Moon. That's where I usually spend most of my days.
Okay. Spend your days at the Salted Boot. Fantastic. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Well, if we find your cat, we'll come get you.
Thank you, young man. Have a good night now.
Don't go trespassing again.
Yes, sir. Thank you now. And Rizwan's just gonna start hobbling over towards the Salted Boot.
Okay.
And then when she's out of sight, she's gonna take off her disguise and head back to her mom's house.
Okay.
I would like to speak with Badger and Reed right quick.
Hi, I am here.
Hey, I heard there's a spell that rangers and wizards know. It's called a locate object. Would either of you happen to know it?
No.
I don't, and I don't think rangers can change their spells per day, right?
No, you can swap them out on a level, like swap one on a level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I almost had a master plan.
Oh, were you gonna try to find the giant sword?
Huh? Oh no, I was gonna. I guess I might as well tell you now, since the plan can't be done. Since they collect magic items, I was going to get you familiar with my immovable rod, and I was going to sell it to them so we'd know exactly where their vault was.
Or maybe we can find a nice magic user in town who maybe will make a spell for us onto a scroll we could use.
That's also an idea. Yeah, I think that'd be worth it. Is there any magic shops in town? Or, I mean, not magic shops, places that would sell magic?
Could I roll investigation to see if I find one or perception?
It's way too late.
We'll go in the morning. I'm sure Ruby's wondering where the hell I'm at. I don't know if there's...
Light? I thought it was morning. Didn't we fast forward?
No, we never slept.
No, sorry, we never do it. My mind was on the other place because Rizwin had gone and did her thing.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know.
If you want it to be morning, we can do that now.
No, Rizwin's doing something.
Well, she's done with her thing, but I guess since Badger had already gone, this happens in the morning. So...
But yeah, I can try to help you find one.
Okay, so I think this would be a really good part of the plan. Plus, we make a little bit of money from those schmucks.
Yeah, I'm already in my sailor outfit, but I'll help him look. Would that be investigation or perception? Try to find a magic user. Shop.
Well, finding a magic shop.
A shop that sells magical items.
Yeah, I would just say good luck.
Or a wizard that does spells on scrolls.
But I thought this was a town that had like a bunch of spellcasters.
That's what I thought.
That doesn't mean it has magic shops.
Maybe just find like a older guy on a porch somewhere. Talk to him.
Make,
I
go,
don't-
go ahead. You know what? Go ahead. Make an investigation check. We'll see what happens.
19.
Unfortunately, the only place you find that seems to have some scrolls are all for lower level spells, like level 1.
Can I try to find a town or city elder of
But
magic using?
I think it was just a nice idea, Badger.
I can still see if I find an older person. Would that be
I
investigation?
mean, you can find an older
or
person
perception?
relatively easily, but
I was gonna see if they can convince them to help us with it.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes to just cast detect magic to see if I could see someone that has magical capabilities.
it's kind of a
just to help her out.
strange use for that. I mean, you can't really sense if someone has magical capabilities. You can sense if they have items. But even if someone has magic those capabilities, that would take a couple weeks to make.
To make that scroll?
Yeah, I think
Take-
so.
Yeah, scrolls take a long time to make. I don't know. Like, we would have to buy a pre-made one if we're going with this plan.
Just for funsies, can I roll a D100?
For
That there's a pre-made one somewhere in town?
that's what your investigation check was for.
Oh, I was gonna do a D100 with a 5% chance.
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I think it was just a nice thought. Oh well, I already thought we had a win-in chance without this, but you know.
Is there a leathersmith around?
Yeah, you can find like a leather worker.
I'd like to ask him to make a collar for both ruby and onyx.
Okay.
I offer him one of my leather dolls as payment.
I appreciate the gesture, but it's for those two. It would be 2 gold.
A doll and a gold. These dolls bring great amusement to children around the world. And don't let my sailor outfit fool you. I am a shrewd businesswoman. I'm gonna swing my legs on the back of Ruby as I'm saying this.
And so am I. 2 gold.
Out of game. Is this a guy or a girl I'm talking to?
It's a girl.
Okay, but I say, oh.
I know it's hard to tell with my voice and stuff, but
No, I was making sure 'cause I'm like, oh my god, it's the same woman that Polchar ran into. Shit!
she was in another city.
Okay. Do you have any dyes here that I can use for leather? I want to try to get these dolls different colors. They're all just plain one color.
Okay, dyes are a little bit more. I'm thinking
10 gold.
yeah, literally 10 gold. It's the same, basically the same as an inkwell. Dyes are basically 10 gold each.
Oh, I was just joking.
I was serious.
Shit.
Since this is a magic using place, would they even care for monster parts?
Yeah, the right person might. But you didn't really find any shops that had, you know, what you're interested in?
I will. Okay, I'll take the inkwell. Actually, I'll take 2.
Okay, that's 20 gold.
20 gold plus 2 golds for the collars. And I'll
Yes.
give her the 3 mimic teeths so she can put those on a Ruby's collar.
Okay, that can be done, yeah.
So I'll give her those. So those are off of there now. And I want them to look really nice.
Oh God, this collar's gonna come to life, isn't it?
It's gonna eat through her neck. No, I'm not that mean. Although it doesn't really matter because Badger can just summon her back for 50 gold or something in 8 hours.
And the two colors I wanted to do is something that's complementary to the colors that Reed normally wears.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use that to kind of decorate the mask with.
All right, you get the collars with the teeth in them as well. And you get 2 sets of die.
Okay. And then I'll ask her. Does she know anything about the... God, I got the name wrong already. Maserati? That can't be right.
The Margasters.
No, I'm hearing Gucci and Versailles and Couture. I'm just like, okay, what else is expensive? Sorry. Not Maserati. What the hell is it again now?
The Versailles.
No, the house we're trying to raid right now. The Mazda something.
Margaster.
Margaster, thank you. I'm gonna see if they know anything about the Margaster.
Oh yes, I'm their son.
And the
Your woman,
and the
her
son?
Her daughter. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
You don't want to say that in character, man.
No,
If,
no.
if you were
no,
there.
No. I doubt I'm even there. No. After the scroll thing fell apart, I immediately went to go meet up with Reed and Ezra and Leon
I hear
because we got some scouting to do.
I hear they have a tight grasp on what's needed in town.
She kind of eyes you strangely.
I'm wearing a sailor suit. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be expecting this.
Well, you're also a paying customer, but now that you said this stuff, it's like, what? What?
No, I just curious about them. They seem to have their finger on the pulse of this town. I was just kind of curious what type of people they were.
I don't know where you're getting your information, young lady.
Oh, was the information I got wrong?
I mean, they're just nobles.
Ugh. Are they nice nobles or noble nobles?
I don't know. I've never had to deal with them.
How long have they been here or around here?
Why are you so curious?
Because I heard they own the town, and now I'm hearing they don't own the town. So I'm kind of curious now if they do or they don't. Who are they?
No, no one owns the town.
Okay. Well, thanks for the collars and the ink. It's gonna help you out in the long run. I mean, I'm sure the cats like theirs too. And I'll give him a smile. I'll still give her a doll. Here,
You just
for you.
put it on the counter. Okay.
It's
Right.
not much, but I like to try to give one to each place I go to. I'm Badger, by the way. Okay, not the talking type.
Vivian.
Nice to meet you, Vivian. It's nice to meet another leather worker that's female. Okay. Well, I'll let you go then. Thank you for your time and the crafts. I appreciate it. And then I'll start walking away.
God, if she works for them, you told her your name, you left a paper trail, you asked about them.
A paper trail? What paper trail?
The doll.
How is that a paper trail?
You've been giving them out to everyone around town.
No, I haven't. There was no kids around, remember? That's what I thought was weird.
There's just no orphanages.
I still didn't give it to any of them. I only give them to poor kids. But anyways, I'll head back now with stuff.
It's not that there were no kids. You guys were there in the middle of the day. They're probably getting taught somewhere.
School.
You know,
Nature's the best school.
well-off people.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back.
Yeah, I would definitely like to reconvene with everyone to start getting this scouting plan going.
To anybody buying a set of clothes, it is 5 silver pieces for each set of common clothes.
I will do that.
Do they have like a cloak as well?
Yeah, that's like a silver.
I will buy one. Hmm. Do they have like any assortment of cloaks, or just like one color?
Yeah, you can they have a couple. I mean, if you want a finer, like a nicer one, it's a bit more expensive.
Honestly, they don't have that here. Okay, I'll just get a regular shirt.
All right. Alrighty, you guys get your disguises. And what would you like to do next?
Well,
Well, Rizwan will go to the tavern to meet up with the rest of them.
You're just kind of assuming you all have met up and are
Okay.
preparing or
yeah.
planning.
oh my god, I have a grappling hook. This is a heist.
Rizwan will when they meet up together, she's actually gonna be like, so I went by last night on the way home. Who keeps leaving? What was that?
It's Ezra.
And the carriage house has one door, a large sliding door. The bottom floor has no windows, but the top floor does. It doesn't seem that there's a lot of traffic around the sides of the building. And when I was there was a light on in the tower, but at the very top, and I did not see any movement for as long as I was watching it, which was for a little bit. And the door is not locked or trapped, but it doesn't open.
No. Wait, are we not doing the magic scouts thing?
We can still do it. I just wanted to get a preliminary casing of the casing.
That's
Should I roll history to see how much the entire information from before?
Or what?
Basically like all the information that Althea gave Leon.
The library?
No, Althea, like he told him like all the basic like stuff that goes on inside the place, including like the traps and everything.
Oh, well, you remember what he told you, which is what you have listed.
Okay. So Leon will go ahead and let the not Badger, Rizwin be aware of the 2 spell locks on there.
All right.
So the front door is actually protected by an arcane lock, and even if we get inside, the carriage door has got it set up with an alarm spell on it.
All right. This is why I wanted to know if anybody had any way of getting rid of these things.
Not me. You got anything that can disarm spells, Reed?
I have a scroll. Haven't been able to learn it because I don't have enough money, but we can use it if you want.
What is it?
A scroll dispel magic.
Oh, that'd be helpful. How much do you need?
50 gold. Actually, 40. 'Cause I have 10. I've been spending most of my
It's
gold learning spells.
50 gold per spell level.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
you're right. You're right.
150.
You're right. That's 150 gold.
And I
Dang.
think 6 hours to transcribe it.
Yep.
Oh, we're not doing it until tonight anyway, so I think that'd be helpful if we had the ability to disarm the magic spells. Unfortunately, I'm a little short, but I'll chip in what I can if everyone wants to chip in for that.
It's how much gold in total?
150.
I can give.
You guys do have
I can
more.
pay for that.
Like, we have things in the party loot. Like, that's the whole purpose of putting things in party loot. Is
Also,
to.
keep in mind, he won't have it prepared today.
Yeah. But I just need 4 hours.
Unless it is a ritual spell.
But that would mean you'd have to be at the lock for 10 minutes. That seems a little. I don't think there's a spell in the world that could stop a guard from seeing you.
It's also
Yeah.
not ritual cast, so.
It's not ritual cast.
I mean, like we can push the heist back a day.
Also, Reed only needs 4 hours.
Yeah.
So. It could still happen late. Like, if you guys did it real late.
I'd be fine with that. What about everyone else?
That should be fine.
We
I
just
can
need
pay
a
for you to
plan.
learn the spell.
We just need a plan to get rid of the guards.
There aren't any guards.
Isn't there not 2 guards on the 2nd floor?
There weren't any guards that I saw.
Oh, right. The guy did mention that there are 2 guards that do stay inside the carriage house.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see them, but Leon is aware that they do exist.
Quick question, Leon. Are these guards? Are these just people getting paid to pay for their kids to eat, or are these like mean, like bounty hunter guards?
I wouldn't know.
God, I really don't want to pull the kill switch on that one. Then. I guess we'll just have to avoid them then.
Well,
Well, if Reed wants to get all that done, I'll probably cause less of a scene if I just scout out the house by myself.
I can pay for you to learn the spell if it'll help us with this heist.
Okay.
Rizwin will hand Reed 15 platinum pieces.
Jesus. All right. You transcribe your scroll of this. It's easy to get ink here.
Yeah, I assume that.
All right, make sure to mark off that you have used that scroll. 6 hours later.
So I was gonna scout out the place while he was doing that.
Okay. Did you get within? What's the range on detect magic? 30 feet.
Yep, 30 feet. Oh, God, I'd have to get directly on their property, won't I?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm not going to use my normal human disguise. I'm going to make a disguise that's me wearing like red and white striped like vest, like khaki pants, and a little straw hat that's got like a red stripe on the middle of it, and I'm going to look human.
Okay.
I'm going to ritual cast detect magic. And I'm
Where do
just
you
gonna
where do you
walk-
do this?
I'm going to do this like a. Well, I'm going to do the disguise self at the tavern. I'm going to do the ritual cast thing on the way there.
We can't really walk and ritual cats at the same time,
Fair enough.
and also people are gonna wonder what the fuck you're doing.
Yep. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to ritual cast it there, and how long will it take to get there? Because I can keep this up for 10 minutes.
Uh, you can choose a spot that's closer to the place.
Okay. Incognito and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the front door,
Just walk up to the front door.
and I'm going to knock.
Hello, I would like to steal your magical cache of items.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have the full set of encyclopedia? Well, now's your chance.
All right.
But
All right.
while I'm walking up there, what are the deets I get on magical readings?
You don't really catch anything in the tower itself. You do get some pings inside the carriage house.
More than just the one that's where like the magic items are being held, right?
Yeah. So you get a few.
Okay. Do I see the one that's the lock on the alarm on the door?
You focus in that area.
I just wanted to glance, but I'm guessing that wouldn't be enough to.
Yeah.
tell.
You have to focus to get the actual like school of magic and stuff. You just feel magic coming from that direction. A few
Okay,
sources.
Yeah. Okay. That would be very hard to. So yeah, I'm just glancing around a little bit. I ain't focusing on anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go through with it. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. All right. You knock on the door, and a human woman, a Luskan human, answers the door. Yes. Can I help you? She's got kind of like long, like brown hair and a very, very nice brooch
Good
with some
evening,
fine
ma'am.
clothing.
Good evening, ma'am. Are you the missus of the house?
I am.
Well then, it's your lucky day. I hear that you and your husband are collectors of the magical sorts.
One second.
They're like, who told you that?
Make a deception check.
Oh, okay.
Fucking asshole.
Is that for me?
Yes. You rolled really fucking well. All right.
A bard.
I know, but still. You rolled above a. I don't know where you hear a husband, but Sometimes I do.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, ma'am. I assumed. That is my bad. That is on me. Well
Why
then.
are you on my property exactly?
Oh, well, I'm a seller of magical goods. I got a few good things. Here, I was wondering if you were interested in buying, but if you're not, I understand.
I'm
Door to
listening.
door salesman.
She crosses her arms. I'm listening.
Well then, miss, this is the first thing on the roster. Behold, the immovable rod. I'm going to place it up in the air above me. I'm going to press the button, and I'm going to start doing pull-ups on it.
Performance check.
All right. 17.
You're an okay door-to-door salesman.
This rod has the capabilities of whenever you push this button, it freezes in motion in place. And only the strongest of creatures have the capability of moving it from its spot. It can be used for multiple things. I'm going to get down from doing sit-ups. I'm going to place it lower, and I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to just hang my feet up in the air a bit as I'm just sitting on it.
Okay.
But this rod has multiple capabilities. I once used this in a presentation where I wrapped a good sheet of graph paper around it and pulled it down to help bring in a presentation just for selling magical goods.
Well, that could be useful. Go on.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what's the typical selling rate for a. It's an uncommon magic item, right?
Yeah, so it's like 400-ish.
Yeah.
400 to 500.
And the immovable rod can be yours for the low price of just 350 gold pieces.
Make
Now,
a persuasion check with advantage.
I was also going to let her test it out a little bit. It's like, go ahead, and if you want, you can try to move it the best you can. Get one of your boys out, or what? Wait, did I see security around?
You didn't.
Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, if you want, you can tug on this thing yourself to prove that it's just unmovable.
Just go ahead and do your persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. I mean, that's enough. Oh my god. She just kind of just, eh. I had heard of these. I never had one, though. 350, you say? And she kind of looks at you.
That's right.
Be right back. She closes the door, and she walks inside, closes the door, and a minute later, do you do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of, God, if she comes back while I'm looking right at the magical horde, I'm gonna more just see if I can feel a magical presence, inside the building, because we know about that lock now.
You feel a couple inside the building, which you kind of they're near one of the, well, yeah, there's a cluster of them kind of close together.
I don't exactly know what kind of magic typically traps are, but does it feel like enchantment magic?
Do you focus in that general direction?
Yeah, through the door, get the items I can see, in the main
Okay,
room.
roll a d10.
Okay, D10, and I'm just trying to make it look like I'm looking at the door.
Okay. All right, one of the you don't get the lock, but what would that be? Let me just check something really quickly. I think I know what it is. I just want to make sure.
Sure thing.
You do feel an evocation magic.
Ooh. And that's like in the housing area.
You're in the carriage area, right?
Oh,
Or
okay,
are you
I
looking
thought
in the
said-
tower?
Oh, I thought you were looking. I thought you said it was behind the house. Either one you were describing was the one I was looking at.
The one
I'm trying to play it off
that's the carriage house. That's kind of off to the side.
Oh, okay. Gonna play it off like I'm just glancing around.
Okay. Eventually, she returns with a small pouch. She shows you there are 35 platinum pieces inside.
So I suppose we have a deal then. Oh, I'm gonna press the button and remove myself from sitting on it.
Okay.
All right then. Then I'll hand her the rod and I'll hold out my hand for the platinum.
She hands you the platinum.
Okay then. Pleasure doing business with you, ma'am. Perhaps I'll swing by another time if I procurate a item of interest.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You have a good day now, ma'am. As I'm making a mental note to remember to steal that back.
Yeah, because you just sold your fucking immobile rod to Zamlin Magaster.
Yeah, the person I'm about to steal their magical hoard from.
I doubt she's gonna keep it in the carriage house.
Wait, she wouldn't keep it with the other magical items?
You guys were told that they had a thing for basically like a rainy day sort of thing.
Oh.
The rainy day fund is what we're stealing.
I may have been misinformed. I thought we were after the magical items.
The rainy day fund is magical items.
So she wouldn't keep the immovable rod with them?
You don't know.
Oh, fingers crossed here. Here. Well, did I at least pick up on anything off about the house? Gonna give it one good look after she closes
Not
the door.
inside the house. Or do you mean like in the carriage house?
Yeah.
All right, roll a d4 to see what other thing. Okay, that one. Also evocation.
Now I'm scared there's glyphs of it exploding in there. Wait, do those actually look like dang, I didn't. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see the glyph of the exploding glyph last time. Dang it. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
What time is it currently?
Let's see, Patrol would have been doing that. It's probably around noonish.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my leave to a weapon shop somewhere in town.
Okay.
Just going to take a look around in the obvious outfit I'm wearing currently still.
Your regular one or just the one you just bought?
The disguise.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like you were saying that. All right, you find basically the blacksmithy.
Ask the man behind the counter if he has any great swords.
Aye, we do.
I'll take your finest one.
50 gold.
Done.
All right, he hands you a new and nice greatsword.
This is gonna be helpful. What I'm about to do.
If you came there yesterday,
Well, he's going to be getting a freaking Dragon Slayer one soon enough, so.
yeah, I know. It's just
Giant
like
Slayer.
someone
Yeah, that's what I
ordered
meant.
their greatest great sword yesterday, and now someone's asking for it today too.
No, just a greatsword, he said, so.
Yeah, just a regular one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
And sadly, everything's freezing on me for some reason.
Oh, that's fun.
Pachara's still going to be thinking that that his rod's guaranteed to be in there. That's just Pachara's thinking right now.
Yeah, and. we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know, but
You
Pachara
could just
thinks he
hear
knows.
Rizwan now going, "What the fuck, Polchara?"
I got some reads on some invocation magic. I got a good layout of the front lawn and doors.
Do I have a mask?
You want to buy one?
Yeah, I'll buy one.
Okay. That's like a silver. Kind of like a. That's good. Animal mask looking thing.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Another plus side, if we ever have a magic item that none of us want, we now have a buyer and a costume I can use.
Can it be like a black wolf kind of mask?
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my weapon back and put my unusual weapon away.
Okay. That's easy. Yeah. Store it in your room.
And I'm gonna go to the others.
Rizwan is with Reed.
I'd probably come back telling everyone what I've learned.
So I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down there and I'm basically going to challenge their guard.
How so?
Challenge them and take their jobs.
I don't think that's how society works, Leon.
I mean, if I'm a better soldier and a better warrior, then clearly I should be doing their job for them.
Yes, but I believe the family trusts these two guards.
Might as well try.
Should we?
I'll be in disguise.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Wait, should we
I'll
have
leave that.
disguises?
Yeah. I bought one. Ezra bought one. Leon got one. Rizwan got one. Reed already kind of has it.
I'll be right back.
And then she's just gonna walk off.
It just came to me. If I go ahead and challenge them and take their jobs, I have easy access to everything inside the building. At least easier anyway.
I mean, are you just gonna walk up to the front door and tell her you want to challenge their guards?
Basically, I want to see if I can take the position at least from one of them. I don't have to take on both of them. I can just take on one of them, take him down, take his job. Then just me and the other guard up in the tower.
Why don't you just apply for a job?
Do you think they'll just easily, just handily, just give me their job? There's got to be a test of some kind.
I mean, I think you can pass any kind of physical test they have.
They only have 2 guards.
Well, you can try that. I'm going to go work on something.
Okay, Ezra. Anything for this?
Well, it seems like we already, if the immo- if the immovable rod does get put in the stash, then we do know where all the magic items are for sure. It would be helpful to have someone on the inside, but the question are the guards really are is the family really just gonna be like, well, you're obviously a better fighter than one of my men here, so yeah, sure, I'll take you.
Also,
Just
I'm sure they're going to see your face if you take a job.
I have a mask.
So you're just going to apply for a pristine job in a mask? And then you're just going to walk around in the house in a mask?
We let Reed do this like every day.
well, I'm not gonna stop you. We can see how that plan unfolds, but I won't not be surprised if they turn you down on the offer.
Stranger things have worked at this point. Might as well give it a shot. Oh, obviously, I'm coming back for my weapon. And I take my leave.
Okay.
I go to the magistrate's house and knock on their door.
But a little bit passes, and a Luskan woman comes to the door, long brown hair, nice brooch on her chest. Can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to apply for your job as guard.
I'm sorry, but we do not have any open positions right now.
I see. I'm just, a very great fighter. I think your guards are pretty weak, in my opinion.
Have you seen them?
I've seen many things. I'd like to challenge one of them.
You do.
Just one.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, it's not to the death, of course.
Are you sure about that?
Just giving her that stare.
What kind of stare?
Just like, I'm serious.
Roll persuasion check.
Son of a bitch!
For a paladin, you don't do very good on persuasion rolls.
No, I don't.
Second time you got a 5 on persuasion tonight, too.
To be quite honest, dear boy, I think they would wipe the floor with you. Do you really want to die meaninglessly?
Again, it is not to the death. It's just a mere test.
No, it's to the death.
I see. So you're heartless around here. Okay.
Well, if you claim to be the best, certainly have to put your word to your life.
Oh, it's just one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's no problem here, is there?
Are you agreeing to this? Leon, are you agreeing to this?
I'm thinking about it now. You're making me think about it so hard. Alright, if you're so sure that they'll wipe the floor with me, I'll take my leave then, if that's the case.
That's a smart decision, boy. Okay, you walk. She closes the door, and
I eye up in the second floor.
you don't really see anything. The windows are shut.
And take my leave.
Okay. All right. What would y'all like to do now?
Rizwan was gonna go back to the Thieves Guild area.
Okay.
And she's gonna ask around about forging up a new identity for someone.
Okay. You learn it. They'll do it. It costs 500 gold.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Is there anything I can do to make it so I don't have to pay that much?
Roll a persuasion check. Unfortunately, no. There's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Who are you trying to get a new identity for?
Ezra. Well, Rizwan will return, and she'll take Ezra to the side, and she goes, so I asked my friends about that, thing you wanted.
Yes.
And, they'll only do it if, we get them 500 gold.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I can try and do something, but, I'm not nearly as adept at it as, they are.
well, let's try this for now. Because this wasn't brought up last night. Let's talk to everyone about the situation and see what they think, and if they agree on it, we'll see what we have in our party loot to make it a little easier to deal with, and if need be, I'll go with you back to your guild, and maybe me being there will be a little easier to maybe lighten the load a little bit.
I wouldn't recommend you go there. It would be a meeting that would need to be somewhere else.
Okay. Well, would it be too much for us to set up the meeting somewhere else and possibly try to talk the price down there?
You're not gonna be able to talk it down. I already tried these, if I know anything, it's hard to, convince these types out of my...
Hmm. Well, I
I'm-
have a decent amount on myself right now if I have to help chip in to do it. But let's talk to the party about it and see what everyone else thinks. Because if everyone is going to Versailles when that time comes, it's not exactly a good thing to have me walking around with either name attached.
All right. Well, I know as on my part, I spent most of my money helping Reed learn the new spell of his.
Also, I'm a little mad I didn't think that I have a way of counteracting that alarm. I could have just cast silence on it.
It's not really how alarm works, but
That's how alarm can work, but there are other ways it works as well.
Well, either way, I think it'd probably be for the best if I cast silence on it and then he does that. Oh, unless it has a verbal component.
Well, it's basically like a thing. If it triggers, it can either audibly alarm or silently alarm.
Oh, no, I meant dispel magic.
Oh, like
Like, Reed, does dispel magic have a verbal component?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to do that, and then I can cast silence on the carriage.
there
Oh.
are very few wizard spells that do not have a verbal component.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to cast silence when we break in there. I just needed to know if he had to cast the spell first or after.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to do before we go to like rest for the night? Because we'll have to discuss the whole forged identity thing as a group.
What's the forged identity for?
Out of game, uh, Ezra essentially he can go back to Versailles if he really wanted to, but if anyone found out that he was either a Versailles or a Kotor, it would be bad news.
Ah, I see. Forged identity. Where's your birth certificate?
What's your social security number?
So that'll be something we'll discuss before we all go to sleep.
All right. Are we doing the heist tonight or tomorrow?
I thought tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just need the 4 hours.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we would all talk and then go to sleep, and then uh after Reed gets 4 hours, we would get up and we would go to it.
by the way, that would not give you guys a long rest. That would only give Reed a long rest because you guys that would break up your rest.
Well,
Did
I'm only
anyone use
one
any
spell slot.
skills that
Well,
require?
Ezra, and I think the only person who used something was Polchara.
Yeah, I used one spell, and if I was smart, I would have done it with my warlock spell slots and bounced back from the short rest.
Wah, wah.
Oh. Oh well.
All right. So you guys hunker down, get like a nap, pretty much.
Alright.
Reed can prepare his spells.
Okay. Are we gonna talk about the thing before we go into heist?
So our goal is to get into that carriage house and get out, right? Well, get the stuff and get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose the plan would be, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm taking point on this again. I'm sorry. Someone else can start if you want.
Well, I mean, Rizwan took point in the last conversation, so I mean, I wouldn't it. It's not like you doing it would be a bad thing.
Yeah, I was mostly doing it because a lot of magic was involved. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just don't want to be a glory hog like as a player. Sorry. I'll do it if you want me, but
Yeah,
Me-
go ahead.
It's fine.
okay. So here's what I think the plan should be. Badger casts his Pass Without a Trace on all of us as we get in there. First we don our disguises. Badger casts Pass Without a Trace. We sneak up. Reed cast Dispel Magic on the alarm. I cast Silence on the entire building, even if a mass explosion happened. And in there, which I'm not sure, but I think there's a possibility there's one of those exploding glyphs in there. But I'll truly be able to see it if I'm looking dead on it with my Detect Magic spell.
I won't be able to dispel it though
After
I'm in the silence. No,
No.
I meant the warding thing that you said it's gonna blow up.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so I suppose the order should be...
Also, detect magic is concentration, I believe,
yeah.
Yep.
and silence is also.
Okay, well, I suppose I can drop it after I give a good look in the room.
Okay.
So after you disarm the alarm, I'll give a quick look to the room, see if there's any traps in there. I'll point them out, then I'll cast... after we see if you disarm it, I'll cast Silence. We stuff all of the magic items into Reed's bag of holding, and we get out of there. That sound like a plan to everyone?
What about the guards?
Well, they're in the tower, right?
On the second
They're
floor.
in the guardhouse. The carriage house.
Yeah, they're on the second floor of the carriage house.
And they can see us from that point, right?
Well, there's no windows on the ground floor. And from what you guys have noticed, the windows on the second floor have stayed closed.
Okay. I guess we can only hope Pass Without Trace will hold up then. Just in case, perhaps Leon and Ezra should probably stay and watch and get ready for a fight, rather than sneaking up with us.
I'm
Mostly
just gonna
'cause-
stand in the shadows, like away from.
I mean, when you really think about it, sneaking up there, all it really requires is me, Reed, Badger, and Rizwin.
Don't forget that Pass Without Trace is a +10 to your stealth.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Even if they roll low, that's still pretty freaking good.
Even if we roll a nat 1, as long as everyone else rolls high enough, it'll even out.
It'll be a group stealth check.
So we should be fine.
Okay. And just as insurance, I'm so sorry I have to say this, Ezra. I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration before we go in there.
None taken.
Well, remember that for next week. Because this is actually a good place to end, right before the heist.
Ooh,
Before you
another
guys...
cliffhanger.
I'll be very angry if I find out that those guards are actually weak as fuck.
It's like, yeah, she turned out to be a lot more frail than we thought. I was like, yes, those nice men that stay upstairs, yes, they're the toughest you've ever seen. Just this little
right?
old woman.
They're
Yes,
not
I've never
weak.
seen one.
You know what they are, don't you, Sky?
Yes.
Yeah.
So since we didn't actually discuss it, this is essentially what Ezra wanted to bring up. Since he can't go, if anyone found out he was a KOTOR, he'll be arrested at the minimum on the spot, most likely, and no one would probably believe that he's a Versailles, and he would get in trouble either way. So Rizwin went to her guild to see about getting a fake identity forged, so that when he does go to Versailles or Albers, he will have a different name altogether, so he could actually try to snoop around and get information. And it costs 500 gold. There was a failed attempt at lowering the amount, so it would probably require dipping into the party loot, which is why he wanted to talk to everyone to see if that would be a thing that everyone would be okay with if you guys decided to go to Alverse.
Well, don't forget, that is very far away, and there is plenty of campaign to go.
Yes. Speaking of right now, though, there's something we need to discuss about the heist. What happens if, say, an explosion happens and everyone knows about that a bunch of people are intruding? What's our exit strategy? Are we just to run away from the building in our disguises? Is stay out, find a place to get out of our disguises, and be and just go back to the tavern?
We would leave the town.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
we'd be bolting out of town, basically.
Okay, so everyone just runs straight towards the carriage and wagon, then, and we
Yeah.
just drive through the fence.
Let's try to leave it ready then. Now that I think about it, like the horses and the carriage, so we could just leave immediately as soon as we take it too, so we
We
don't stay
need to
in
have
here.
a getaway driver. Who's gonna be the getaway driver, guys?
I'm proficient in land vehicles, but if you need me to do past trace, you
I need to be on site for the silence and seeing where the traps are. And and Reed's needed to disarm the traps.
I think Leon can use vehicles, right?
Yeah, I can use vehicles.
Yeah, but you'll leave your horse behind if you do.
Oh shit.
I mean, if it stays in the stables, that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but we'd have to come back to the town.
Let's go
For
back in
your-
normal clothes then.
That's true. We do have disguises.
I'm even casting disguise self because it doesn't take concentration or anything.
Nope. All right, you
Oh.
guys plan your heist. Get ready. We'll pick this up next week. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight in our essentially the 1 year anniversary. It was technically last Thursday, but since we didn't have a game last week, they're basically saying it for today. 1 whole fucking year.
Woo!
Yeah.
And hopefully more to come.
Yep.
Depends on how long this campaign
10
is.
more years. 10 more years.
Rick and Morty, 100 years. 100 years, Rick and Morty.
Last till season 8. 8 Morty. 8 more.
All right, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Night, everybody.
Boysies.
Bye.
Night.